Another major development in our battle against COVID-19, the rollout of booster shots. What is the private sector's plan when it comes to that?
Well,
Especially even
we
since
have
the
asked.
goal is that for that to be available to the general public at least by January next year.
Well, for example, the Sinovac, those who took Sinovac early this year, they will need the booster shots. No? And I think this month, we have been telling DOH to please allow those who have taken Sinovac. Some of our employees took Sinovac because AstraZeneca vaccines just arrived in July. Now, for the AstraZeneca, those who took AstraZeneca from the private sector, they will be needing the booster shots still about February, March next year. So there's no problem with that group. Likewise, with the Pfizer, Moderna, they would be needing it towards December, January. There would be some who will be needing it earlier, especially those who took it much earlier, these vaccines. But remember, you may take your 2 doses, but if you forget to take the booster shots on time, then your level of protection will wane. No? And this is why to have a strong vacuna bubble, the continuity of protection is very important. The booster shots have to be given on time. Now, I was telling Secretary Duque that let's just open it up for all, no? Whether A1 to A3. What we can do is open for the public, and the A1, A3 have priority lanes, no? Wherein they are given the moment they arrive in the vaccination centers, they have priority over those who are A3 and onward, no? So I think what we have to try to do is speed up the vaccination, because this is a race against COVID-19, no? Whoever is able to, protection is very important, and vaccination, especially in Visayas and Mindanao, is a challenge with high vaccine hesitancy. And of course, logistics issues. And now that we have so much vaccines on hand and arriving, we should mobilize faster. And I think that's why Secretary Galvez has this 3-day event to vaccinate 15 million people. No?
I guess more to the point now, is the private sector going to purchase additional vaccines for booster shots?
At this point, we don't need to buy vaccines because we have still vaccines arriving next year on the case of AstraZeneca, which is about from the private sector. We were donating to the government. Secretary Galvez said, you don't need to donate anymore. We have enough. So these are 3 million doses that are being returned to us, which can be used as booster shots next year. In the same case, Moderna, there are enough private sector doses that are arriving in December. I think the full order will be arriving in December. So those Modernas can be used for children and also booster shots for those who will need it next year.
Okay, lastly now, before we let you go, another development, you have the FDA saying that Merck has already applied for EUA of Molnupiravir, their anti-COVID pill. Is a private sector planning. What's the private sector's plan when it comes to the purchase of the anti-COVID pill?
I believe the government will make this purchase. I mean, if the private sector can have access on a tripartite agreement with the government on this, definitely we will support. In fact, we are trying to talk to Secretary Galvez on this matter. What he has agreed to is that the private sector can continue to import purchase AstraZeneca vaccines next year. We're looking at purchasing AstraZeneca vaccines towards June onward. No? That will be for the second booster shot. No? So the first booster shot is in the first part of the year, and by that time we will need to purchase again booster shots during the second part of the year. So he's agreed to a tripartite agreement for vaccines or boosters, but for medicines such as the one of Pfizer, we still have to discuss that.